gets held by the entire zone. Pika goes for the shot, but does not hit it, and immediately pops his glider and just hangs out in the air. Wants nothing to do with all of this chaos on the mid and low ground.
Yeah, just let everyone duke it out, you know. As they're making rotations, the lobby's going to thin itself out. And look, this is exactly what you do. Just wait. Especially now as people are trying to establish themselves, he's probably going to try and challenge someone for their high ground. Because you don't, down below, all they're thinking about is who can I pick off? How can I get to safety? Now instead here he's going to say, look, Zeke, I'm going to step ahead of you. I'm going to land there first, establish myself, and I'm going to look to gatekeep everyone that's trying to rotate in. A player here, he's going to get the wall blown out from his side. Good recovery, though. He did not lose that much life. He still has the 2 half shields as well, so he's still good to go. 28 people still left, though. Look at the rotation out of that shadow bomb.
So sick to be able to get out around the side and get over to the far if he can now establish himself and begin shooting. But instead, you see him on the right side of the screen, just continues to extend out the shadow bomb and get to the top 25. Well done there from Pika. There's a reason he was in the top spot. There's a reason he's already qualified for solos. He's really, really, really ridiculously good at this game.
There you go, Rift forced there. So now Rex and everyone else, not from the same Rift, their own potentially, gonna look to land. But look, a little girl up on top is taking shots at the mean old Fortnite players in the sky. Pika there, look, another shadow bomb use. He wants this high ground. He's continued to contest because he knows that is a power position and he wants it. Rex here is gonna try and get a little cheeky angle here, see where he can go ahead and nest himself. Looks like they're on the lowest ground tarp. This is pretty good, it's gonna keep him safe. Especially everyone down below. You got to think everyone probably down below is a little less on mats. That's why they don't want to contest. They want to try and conserve. 4 more people need to fall. 2 go down there. 1 more. Top 15. Okay, I thought it was going to come a little quicker than that, but oh well, here we are. There. Okay, of course. Okay, I'm trying. I did my best. Anyway here.
And it was a little girl picking up bjelcrak, the player from Mexico there, and we're into that top 15, as you said. And additionally, too, there were a lot of top 10 players who were in this, players who last time we checked the leaderboard are up there right away. You can see Rex and Domo in there. CJ was in the lobby. A little girl pushes in and will pick up an Elam. Rex puts both the straps on the side. 1, 2, and typical gamer gets taken down. He was on a spree of himself, but Rex says, don't you know who I am? I know who you are, but it's time you learn my name. Brilliantly done there from him.
Well, he's got a big galaxy brain and tiny little arms, but Pika is up on the high ground there. He's going to go ahead and try and contest. Fisco, I believe, is the way you would say that name. Now, Pika having a little bit of difficulty, but keep in mind, he's got the 8 builds. That's why he's not trying to get crazy beyond fast. Decimated, but Night Slayer says, I am the Pika Slayer. Go back to lobby, friends. And look at this. Fisco's like, oh, did something happen? I guess I'm just going to drop back down. Everyone down below, everyone okay?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Night Slayer showing off his Earth type right there now as Rex continues working on the mid tarp, does put down the first campfire, trying to get as much effective HP as he can. Will top off to 100 right before the storm that comes through. Finds the first shot. Can he connect afterward? And he does. That was Night Slayer right after he took out Domo. So now Rex on the low ground sends a player down. 1, 2, but Fisco catches himself right after. Fisco in your top right, Rex in your bottom right. 70 builds to 32. Fisco is going for an early campfire. He committed to,
no! Why would you stop it? Oh, no.
And so he stopped it because he saw that Rex was on the low ground and continued going through. So even if he had gotten it, he wouldn't have had the health advantage. But now the circle is closed. Rex just needs to hang out. He saw Fisco do it early, and he gets some. Rex had tagged him forever ago with it, pushing himself up to 39 points there, 19 from that match. Brilliantly done from Rex, but we're going to throw it on over to Dr. Lupo, who's in the studio.
Gentlemen, thank you. Legend has it there are a few things louder than the shriek of Zeke, but I will say the show and the shots from a lot of these players in NA West also standing out pretty loud, if I do say so myself. Speaking of which, we're going to take a quick look at the current NA West standings, so I'm going to now pivot and walk over to the board because that's what it says in the script. No, for real, NA West still going very, very deep right now. A lot of players competing for this top set of positions. Pika still holding it out all the way at the top there, 59 points, only 4 games played. I think he's playing a different version of Fortnite compared to everybody else. Symmetrical, Deuces, Sparl, Jarvis, Arkham, a ton of players, Harrians that we've seen over the course of the entire day so far from NA West. But I want to take 2 seconds real quick and look specifically at Symmetrical. 5 games played, 3 victory royales. Here's what's shown up so far. This is scary consistency minus this outlier number 3 there. But if you look in the bottom right, placement has been huge thus far. 70% of the 50 points that he's earned up until now. It's crazy. It's a spread like we have not typically seen. Usually we see closer to 40-60 or even a 50-50 down the line. But like I said, 5 games left, still symmetrical on a solid push. See if he can maintain that top 1, 2, 3 position. You have to remember, if Pika does maintain number 1, he's already qualified. So those 2 positions for NA West shift down just one bump. A lot of competition still out there. This is the last week for solos across the board. This is the last set of games for the last region. Before we get to those, we got to take a quick 5-minute break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to cast this thing and knock out the rest of the weekend. See you in a bit.
Zeke, this is it. This is the last chance, all right? People need to know about this block party, all right? This is your last opportunity to get them involved, to get them hyped. Zeke, everyone's going to be there, all right? DJ Zeke's going to be there. DJ Sundown's going to be there. Everyone's going to be there, all right? The people are waiting. All right. You know what, man? I'm DJ Zeke. I don't need no card. But what you need to do is buy your tickets to the block party. Tickets are only $35, Fortnite fam. Listen, all right? June 15th, 16th at the LA Forum. Day 1, Creative Showdown. Listen, all right? Team Evolve built an incredible map. Spoiler alert, it's dope. Day 2, Celebrity Pro-Am. 50 pro gamers, 50 celebrities, all battling out for a $3 million charity prize pool. What more do you want? What more do you need? Fortnite fam, you need to be there because we are ready to party with you. Bam!
Heyo Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flintlock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The Flintlock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get height with it. It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flintlock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart player.
The Flintlock is a common and uncommon weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2 times headshot multiplier. This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the highest single shot damage potential in the game. However, the Flintlock only allows for 1 shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the Flintlock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Player there, runs out into the storm, jump, finds him, yeah!
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the Flintlock during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from a situation, the Flintlock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think it just adds a lot of like different plays you can make with it. I think it's good.
I personally really like the Flintlock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really, really strong weapon in the right hands. You need to know how to use it and you need to base your whole game around it if you want to use it right.
It's just the kind of weapon we need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile. I really like it competitive. Definitely deserves a spot in here.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the Flintlock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best Flintlock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe Flintlocking through the air.
back, Fortnite fam, to continued coverage of the Fortnite World Cup Online Open Qualifiers. Now, of course, if you've been with us, you know we're in week number 9. We are knee-deep in NA West action, and I'm not going to hold you up much longer. Let's get Dr. Lupo, Monster D-Face up on deck because I want to get into more games. Gentlemen, over to you.
How's it going, man? I'm ready to crush it today. NA West, looking towards the very end of the day, which means this is the very end of solo qualifiers for New York City.
Last opportunities, guys, to get in there and make it happen. So we're going to be hopping right into these next set of games. And I mean, we saw the leaderboard symmetrical just at the top. We've seen them kind of rocking it out.
Speaking of symmetrical, look, wait, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bushes in a row, and I think a 6th bush inside the box. Are those all players on the outside, or what's going on here? The camouflage is so good, I can't really tell. My vision is based on movement, so I'm not. I'm like a T-Rex. Oh, the trap behind. Il Chase pushing away. Barely dodging that one. Loadout looking a little thin right now. Blue tactical AR, blue combat shotgun, which I'm going to be honest means, honestly, the world at this point. How a lot of these players are playing. A gray AR, not too bad. 23 points thus far, 1 elimination, 78 builds, and a dream of New York City.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is here. As you only had 45 minutes left to queue up. That's going to be a second elim. 40 plus players remaining as the moving zone's just about to get cracking here.
Rift into shadow bombs. Let's go.
That's what he needs, man.
Rift into shadow bombs. Do it. There it is. Sending.
That's a freebie of a rotation straight across the entire field there.
No reason to go too early either. I mean, at this point, he's just going to try and drop in and get high ground of what's still safe. Landing just outside the zone. Going to box up and build a little bit of a base up in the air. Combat shotgun, attack AR, not a ton of ammunition for that tack. I say that only 100 rounds, but it's still only 100 rounds. No opportunities to take too many shots on players rotating. Aiden, one of the stars of NA West, floating around in a baller there. Meanwhile, Epic Whale, Kanji, about to take a shot at this heavy snipe and see if he can follow through. I almost guarantee. There it is. 1, 2 shots. A couple shield tags on the inside. Didn't even look like critical damage, though, which is too bad.
Crazy to see how much the game has changed, too. I've seen players rocking double heavy snipes. If you can find them,
back to back.
They can catch people off guard, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you see someone that is maybe mid-heal, they're going to try and finish that mini. Because there's a bit of hesitation. They're thinking, I need to pop this so I can make sure that I get the shield. When in fact, the thought should be, I need to wall off after the first heavy snipe because there's got to be a second or something's on its way still. Heroes and Edgy, 2 eliminations here for Epic Whale. The 4 now, 29 points and 141 builds. 2 rifts, those are going to need to be used relatively soon, or they're almost obsolete. We'll see, though. Launch pad into a rotation. Around the mountain we go.
Yeah, he did get shot there, so he's going to have to land, kind of slow things down just a little bit. Someone got boogied over to his left-hand side. Is he going to snatch up that opportunity to kind of jump on, get snot? That player got right back in the baller, and down the hill he went.
Gotta go. No time to waste any of it. Player dropping in above. Epic Whale trying to follow through on that. Elam can't quite find it, and a big combat shotgun shot from that range. Very effective as Epic Whale's forced down to 76. Gonna have to play on the defense. Use that rift. Probably the last super safe time to use it, assuming nobody looks up. One of those players that may look up for too long. Jarvis, somebody we've had our eyes on a number of times for NA West already.
I was literally watching him back in the talent room. Jarvis.
That's real. I can confirm that he actually was.
Yeah, like just sitting there staring at his games because he's been having quite the run. A couple unfortunate hiccups, but all in all, just pretty decent run here. He's really made his way to the top of the radar, and I've been so interested to kind of follow his gameplay at this point. Up in the right-hand corner, guys, Victory Royale worth 10 points, but don't forget placements are all the way through. And talking about that, top 25 just grants Jarvis and everyone else in this lobby a couple more points just for being alive right now. And each elimination is worth 1. That's Nico, goes down to Jarvis.
Quick reaction, player pushing up. No builds for Jarvis right now, just 1, now 0. And shots come out from a corner, edit up above. Jarvis gonna have to try and apply pressure. There's no other opportunity. Just kidding. Sculler goes down, looking for a back-to-back. Denying the feed just in case those elims come in way too quick. Ruddy goes down as well. PGG Jarvis moving forward. Excellent set of plays. No materials still, though, after building himself into a box. Finds Oh, an attempt on a player. The shadow bomb there, he got locked in on it. Somebody else from above does follow through with shots. Sealmat, his duo right here.
Yeah, a little bit of a standoff there. I see Kate and G all in those players' names,
Oh, yeah.
so bunch of friends basically at this point, all in the same lobby.
Oh,
but here they're
do it.
enemies. Aiden jumps up, goes with the side hop, takes the high ground using the storm. But the cost, 60 HP to take this high ground, and the opponent didn't even expect it.
Not a big deal.
It was worth it.
Not a big deal, honestly. He may have spent the 60 HP, use it as a commodity to make his way to the top. A very good push with the baller. Take high ground, shot from above, combat shotgun, so powerful. And we're going to see it again for just a second. Weapon swap it at the TAC AR. Looking for shots, watching for exposure on an opponent underneath. Drop it down.
A little scout to the high ground. Everything seems to be clear, and he knows players are working their way down. He's taking his time here. You don't ever want to get too close to your opponent. He's trying to find an opportunity. Will he find it here? As it's declining slowly but surely once again. He's keeping this high ground. He used a baller to get here. You can tell that he still has fairly comfortable materials for endgame. Deuces goes down there as Aiden is continuing to rain down top 3 situation. Trashy versus Little Chase. Trashy catches that one, and Aiden is now at 100 shield here in a 1v1 versus Trashy. Is he gonna be able to close out? We'll find out now.
Just a second here, Aiden moving forward, double layering up above. Trashy stuck on the low ground, no build, shots from underneath, down to 69 HP. The shadow bomb in an attempt to maybe make a climb here using the tree potentially, but Aiden is doing an excellent job of zoning Trashy out. No attempt, no climb. He's taking an opportunity, pop a couple minis. It may not be enough though. Aiden stuck right next. No way! And Trashy with the 9,000 IQ play to literally just sit in the bottom. Exactly.
He faked him.
He popped the shadow bomb, but didn't even push. He sat, and Aiden spent all this time trying to track what couldn't even be tracked because Trashy was still in the bottom. Aiden literally lost an easily winnable game just because of an outplay mentally.
I promise you this, he'll never do that again.
Oh,
because
100%.
There's a distinct sound when someone jumps with the shadow bomb. And Aiden just, out of pure defense and safety, precaution, put up the planks to protect himself, but he traded out storm damage. I bet you Aiden never makes that error again right there. And this is the rinse and repeat that competitive players have to go through. You have to go through these and then learn from your mistakes most importantly.
It's like you ever see like the label warnings on a product and you look at it and you're like, why is that on there? But you realize that's got to be on there because it happened one time, right?
It can happen.
One time. Yes. And the same thing applies here. You don't think about it until you're in the situation where you're like, wait, this is a thing that I need to be concerned with because it caught you off guard and maybe cost you, in that case, potentially 4 points if Aiden had gotten the elimination and the push from the Victory Royale. Yeah, like you said, it's not going to happen again because I think Aiden's got the warning label on now, right?
That's right, and this is what the World Cup is all about, and that's why this is the best practice for qualified players, regardless. He's still a champ. We'll see him in New York City, but Snorrier catches that whiz. Very nice.
It's Harians, dude.
Oh my.
Backwards. Bro,
call me way off. I'm like,
you got duped so bad. Oh, shout out to Harians for having a name that not even literally one of the most knowledgeable players I've ever seen. Monster D-Face can see it. If you have other names that are like that, anybody that's got a backwards one.
Whoever's working on you building your brand is fire them because you're not winning with that.
Tag Monster D-Face on Twitter, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We got to get a list of names for Monster to look out for so we didn't stumble on any more, right?
That was a tough one, dude.
Player taking shots all the way across, 32 remaining. We got 7 more to go before we're into placement points.
Here it is, Spook. Wait, did I read? No, it's Coops. It's Coops. No? This is right.
I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea at this point.
We don't know anymore, but here it is, Spook. Hopefully, looking to pop someone here. Finds the window. It's a nice weak build right there, and oh man, building with Willet is terrible. Way above the threshold here. He's closing in on his top 25. Can he hold out? It's really what he's looking for. 38 points. He's in contention. There's still time to queue up here. He is totally in the running right now. And that's a big 3-piece right there. 2 huge legendary AR shots connect. One being a headshot, rips apart the shield. Combat follow-up, so clean. Spook goes back into recycle the geyser and just going to keep him in the air, just trying to get this placement right now.
2 quick ticks out in the storm, but does have the highest drop right now, slowly floating in. Bucky starting to take shots. Wouldn't surprise me if descent happens very quickly from those that are still floating because of that. Power on the bottom you saw for just a second, very low HP. Tricks picking Vita off the feet. Alex Toast getting an elimination. Power going down to himself and the storm. Hate to see that player on the outside. Alex Toast does get eliminated. Almaken, 26 left. One more goes down. Whoever this 26th position is going to feel bad about missing placement points, but it is the way of the road, as they say. Ultra Laser Hawk is the player, and we are now in the top 25 for placement. Everybody picking up 3 points. The community launchpad may be going to pay the price. Doesn't quite go down. Almaken down to 66, catching a competing player, going for the same launch pad, and everybody's flying in here at Lazy Lagoon. We're basically headed straight. In fact, it's an entirely in the water 8th circle that we're moving towards right now.
And like placement was only just barely given out. As we're in 20 players on a riverbed, you can't walk down there.
Nope.
You have to build. This is such a weird end game.
Spook. A number of other players rotating in, stuck on the bottom underneath the waterfall.
He got up and over, though. He did get up and over. That's going to be a weird place to rotate up, and he knows that's why he's looking right now, trying to see if he can find someone. Players are going to go down to the storm right now. That's one. Iota goes down already. It's such a weird spot. Their struggle must be happening here. Synergies and Diggles fighting in the zone as well.
Quick edit and a shot. Combat shotgun rotating around the outside, trying to chase that player down. Decides not to continue pushing just in case somebody else might be there. Like TIE Tanks, a quick elim there, picking up another siphon. The 50 HP shield total there, very important.
Just a bit ago, he had 49 health, guys. Now he's at 150. He is in the game right here.
Swing.
Will he get to 200 in time? Nope, someone snatches it up, but it's okay. He catches errands.
The rift.
Right there, and there is a free rift. Definitely want to use that. Everyone already to the sky at this point. Top 5, all placement points have been given out, besides the victory royale at this point.
Knocking on the ultimate low ground, taking shots. Traps to defend from anybody dropping in, like Just Chillin', who does go down very quickly. Another elimination, 7 now in 5 builds. Maybe looking for another shot on the players underneath. There are a handful down there. A quick grenade. I don't know if you caught that. Just tosses one down to see if he can get a hit on somebody. Maybe the 60 seconds before the storm.
Can he get it?
Dicks
Can
him
he
out.
get it?
Caught on the outside. He's got one build. Floor. He's gonna push up, find it. Gets it.
Did he get it?
Bertsack.
Can he get the mats?
Dropping in.
He got
Maybe.
a few.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. He's
just
good
a few.
still. 3 players. Almaken in the ultimate low. And watch this. Everybody's about to get pushed in the air because of the path of the storm. And that might...
He needs to hit the shot.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Staying just barely away from the vent. Almaken gets 4 eliminations. The victory royale and everybody else. At that point, because it was so close to the end of the game, nobody wanted to go for the vent because you're pushed up in the air, and with the circle that small, you are asking to tick out storm damage. You want to stay engaged, so a forced rotation out into the storm is the only option at that point.
Yeah, and that's why Spook was trying so desperately hard to push through that building and catch the elim before he took off in the geyser, but he did manage to throw him up and couldn't get the siphon to keep him in the game. But here we're Cryptic, charges back that bow. Any West, 30 minutes left to queue up and get the last bit of your games. 30 minutes, you can effectively queue maybe 2 full games, one from here to then, and then your last, but it's only if you have more than 2 games left, then you got to start pushing through. We call those W key games. So as you see, the lobby right now is a normal lobby in a sense. As we approach towards the end tail, these lobbies are going to get probably like slimmed down.
And more, it's scarier and scarier every single time you go in there. Right now, you have to realize that these games are queued against players of relatively similar scoring. As we get closer to the end of the block, you're going to be looking at lobbies with players with very high point counts. Very, very competitive lobbies, very difficult lobbies. You're on West, 2 spots, by the way. The top two of 3,000 people. Top 2 of 3,000 people is... It's terrifying to think that that's how narrow it is. That's how few people make it through. We've gone through multiple weeks of this, of players trying to play out of their minds. Cryptic slays, picks up the first elim. A couple easy shots, the AR from above.
It's that boombo though, man. Ripped apart all the shield on that player.
Just recently nerfed too. A little bit of a
drawback decrease.
A quarter of a second longer now, but players still very efficient with it. You just have to time it a little bit better.
Any kind of change to that weapon is welcome, I'm sure.
You trying to tell me that people have a problem with the relative utilization of a weapon? Fortnite Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience? No way.
Of course not, dude.
Never. Smile.
Insane.
You're insane.
Here we have
You're insane.
Blixifer. 2 stinkers. We saw stinkers kind of clean up some players earlier today. Just an end game. No way to defend against it. Persian goes down. Now Blix, he can take this ball. He can just go through the loot if he really wants to. He's not going to do so. So he's going to be content with what he has and gets the next zone here.
Too risky at this point. He's got to rotate so far still, and you've got so many players that are still out here ahead of the zone. JP2 right there. King Flash from the top, challenging Cryptic Slays. Hunt as well, landing the same spot, and Spicy right underneath. Meanwhile, Saf from Ghost, looking to make a play down here in the bottom, decides to not get too aggressive and uses that rift, seeing most likely that right now, at the time of the rift, 27 players left. I think the option there was, I don't even want to risk it. I want my placement points, which he gets now.
Yeah, not only that, someone he had 2 players somehow end up in his box. One might have been a shadow, and the other might have been a baller, so.
Exactly.
He is not trying to stick around there.
The best course of action, honestly. Down to 22 now, and he's got to make it to 15. You see the top right there, the placement required to get the next set of points.
He's doing pretty good for himself this game right here. He's got double heals going on, playing for the high ground, manages to take it up, and it's his.
Do it.
He's just got to run it up. He's connecting with all the combat. Someone is trying to break him down. Doesn't even matter. He does manage to connect here, and there's 2 or 3 players now above him. He's going to use that moment of distraction to lower his elevation and probably just go back on the hunt in just a bit here, but
still
stinkers are chasing.
One more needs to go down.
Look at that dodge right there. Sidestep fake out. Now taking down the high ground player again, but lets his guard down, and someone's already on it.
Actually did pick up an elimination fake. He jumped off the top. Ended up going down to that. In the feed right there. 11 players left. Saf, 2 eliminations, 56 builds, and it's pretty much all metal, which is perfect for late game. If you had to have a situation where you get 1 material at the end, it's got to be metal every single time. You use that to zone people out as the storm's pushing in behind. Slows them down because they have to try and knock out those walls, and it's going to take multiple hits. And at the same time, maybe a chance for you to edit back, go for elimination. Hector here, the ultimate low ground, moving forward, 35 points so far. Still in contention, Cryptic Slays in your feed, putting it down to the top 10 remaining. As Fett goes down.
Yes, indeed. There's a player right here. He does have the edit, makes the double shot, connects with a 136 combat. Just 1 hit was the one that took him down, but didn't break the wall in time. Is he going to be?
Oh,
No
what
way.
a bait.
King Flash was waiting for that. But hey, he brought in a slurp juice for King Flash. That's going to be a big come up for him. And
special delivery.
let's look at how much health these players in the low ground have. No Flash, just gets 1 limb right there. It's going to put him back in. He did get hit.
Saf in the ultimate high ground, just big chilling with already built structures. In fact, he owns a number of them. You see from this corner right, he's going to watch for the shots. Finds 2. That player's down to less than 50. He's going to push forward, and it's Cryptic Slays goes down. We are now in a top 4 situation. Cryptic at least getting the top 5 points there. 7 from that. 49, though, total for Saf. Looking to put himself in the top 10. Hopefully the top 2 if he can make his way all the way to the top. And speaking of the top, climbing out of basically all the pre-built structures. Spicy, Sage peek right on top of each other. Spicy picks up that elimination. 3 players left. Schlump, the ultimate low ground. My friend out there in the corn. I feel that for sure. Saf in the ultimate high, dropping down, starting to descend. A little bit of fall damage. Both players at the bottom are literally dancing inside and outside of each other's builds right now. Corner edits happening. A ramp to push Spicy all the way in the bottom, and Saf and Spicy to 1v1.
It's the corn, it's the hayfield. Like,
He's got layers above him already
Yeah.
for just a second.
Like,
Spicy's got 7
Saf's
builds.
like, no way, dude. I ain't going down there.
I want to see a Spicy push out just 2 or 3 floors out, launch pad to try and take high ground and push with a shotgun. Do it.
Saf's not having it. 1 campfire's down. There's the second, sits in the middle. Out comes the bandages, and that's his game.
Spicy was sitting on the launch pad. I would have loved to see him push out, put down a quick floor launch, fly up, and try and take high ground, shoot down from above, especially with a tactical shotgun. You don't have the range of the combat, so if you're going to try and compete with that, you're going to fail. AR shots from underneath, potentially, but with the amount of materials that you could already see a player above him layering up, double layering pyramids and floors. So
Yes, 4 players in a 60-point tiebreaker bracket, and Frito just barely eked out.
So